Before she became one of the most talked about women in sports history, Elin Nordegren lived a quiet, disciplined life in Stockholm, Sweden. Far removed from flashing cameras and paparazzi, her upbringing was grounded and structured. Born on January 1, 1980, Elin grew up in a family that valued intellect and public service. Her mother, Barbara Holberg, was a respected politician and later Sweden's Minister for Migration and Asylum Policy, while her father, Thomas Nordegren, worked as a prominent radio journalist and foreign correspondent. This environment nurtured Elin's sense of privacy, responsibility, and resilience, shaping the woman who would later captivate the world. Early ambitions and move to the U.S. From a young age, Elin demonstrated diligence and practicality. She balanced schoolwork, part-time jobs, and occasional modeling gigs, though she never pursued modeling full-time. Her path shifted when she met Mia Parnevik, wife of Swedish professional golfer Jesper Parnevik, while working in a clothing store. Impressed by Elin's reliability and poise, Mia offered her a job as a nanny for their children. Accepting the offer, Elin moved to Florida, stepping into a world very different from her quiet Stockholm upbringing. This move, driven by practicality rather than ambition, would eventually lead her to cross paths with one of the most famous athletes in the world. Meeting Tiger Woods. Through her association with the Parnevik family, Elin gradually entered the orbit of professional golf. She attended events and social gatherings where she encountered top players and influential figures. Among them was Tiger Woods, who was at the peak of his career, winning major tournaments and dominating the global sports media. Although other golfers noticed her, it was Tiger who made the lasting impression. Initially, Elin resisted the attention. She had no interest in dating a celebrity constantly pursued by the press, but persistent efforts by Tiger eventually led her to agree to a date, marking the beginning of a highly publicized romance. A fairy tale engagement. The relationship quickly escalated into something intense and closely watched. In 2003, Tiger proposed during a trip to South Africa at the luxurious Shamwari Game Reserve. The secluded setting allowed for a private moment, away from media intrusion. Elin accepted, and the couple's engagement became a media sensation, symbolizing the union of fame and understated grace. Less than a year later, they married in October 2004 on the Caribbean island of Barbados. Their wedding at Sandy Lane Resort was extravagant, yet meticulously guarded from the press. High-profile guests mingled behind strict security, creating an event that balanced spectacle with privacy. Married life in the limelight. After the wedding, Elin and Tiger retreated to a mansion in Windermere, Florida, equipped with private docks and state-of-the-art security. While Tiger's life remained intensely public, tournament wins, endorsements, and commercials, Elin maintained a strict low profile. She rarely gave interviews, declined media appearances, and avoided social media entirely. Their home life revolved around their family and privacy, contrasting sharply with Tiger's global visibility. Elin's discretion earned her admiration for her grace under scrutiny. Despite her husband's fame, she preserved the semblance of normalcy for herself and their children, embodying a quiet strength that quietly resisted the pressures of celebrity culture. Family life and motherhood. Elin and Tiger welcomed their first child, a daughter named Sam Alexis Woods, in 2007. She was born the day after Tiger finished second in the U.S. Open, demonstrating the balance Elin maintained between family obligations and the demands of her husband's career. In 2009, their son Charlie Axel Woods arrived, completing the family picture. Publicly, the Woods family seemed ideal. Two beautiful children and parents who navigated fame with discretion. Elin focused on motherhood and home life, continuing her practice of avoiding the spotlight. Her dedication reinforced the contrast between her private existence and Tiger's omnipresence in media and advertising campaigns. Maintaining privacy amid fame. Even as Tiger's fame expanded into multiple business ventures, Elin's strategy of staying out of the public eye remained consistent. Wedding photos were never released, no reality shows were made, and she avoided social media entirely. Her discretion only fueled curiosity, making her the mysterious figure behind one of sport's biggest icons. Friends and colleagues described her as graceful, composed, and intelligent, someone who valued genuine human connection over public admiration. Elin's approach highlighted her resilience in navigating a world she had never actively sought, balancing life as a devoted wife and mother with the demands of being connected to one of the most famous men alive. Personal struggles behind closed doors. Behind closed doors, Elin reportedly faced the strain of a life constantly under observation. She missed the simplicity of her pre-celebrity life, shopping without attention, enjoying peaceful walks, and having conversations without cameras. The pressure of fame and the demands of her high-profile marriage weighed heavily. While Tiger continued to expand his global influence, Elin quietly managed the household and nurtured their children. Friends noted that she handled the imbalance with remarkable composure, preserving dignity and protecting her family from public intrusion. This resilience defined her character, even as the world speculated on the private challenges of her marriage. A world suddenly exposed. The couple's public image remained strong until 2009, when Tiger's extramarital affairs were exposed, creating one of the most infamous scandals in sports history. The media frenzy placed Elin under an unprecedented spotlight. She went from the background of one of the world's most powerful celebrities to being the center of public curiosity. While the scandal was humiliating and painful, Elin's response was quiet and dignified. She avoided making public statements or participating in media speculation. Her strategy reflected a lifetime of valuing privacy and control, choosing silence over spectacle, even in the face of betrayal and heartbreak. Life after divorce. Following the divorce, Elin withdrew almost entirely from public life. Reports suggest she focused on her children, personal pursuits, and rebuilding a private existence free from media scrutiny. While rumors and speculation about her personal and professional choices circulated, she remained largely invisible, demonstrating a continued commitment to a life away from the spotlight. Contrary to popular narrative, Elin's story did not end in destruction. Instead, she quietly adapted, embracing privacy, stability, and personal growth over public recognition, showing that a life once defined by proximity to fame could be redirected toward her own terms. A new chapter today, Elin lives a life that surprises those familiar with her past. She is reportedly thriving in a low-profile existence, focusing on family, personal well-being, and perhaps pursuits far removed from the frenzy of professional golf and celebrity culture. Her experience illustrates the contrast between public perception and personal reality. While history remembers her in connection to one of the world's greatest athletes and a very public scandal, Elin's resilience and discretion allowed her to reclaim her narrative. Her story demonstrates that even after intense public betrayal, one can rebuild, thrive, and redefine life beyond the spotlight. Conclusion. Elin Nordegren's journey is one of quiet strength, resilience, and careful self-preservation. From a disciplined childhood in Stockholm to becoming the wife of one of sports's most famous figures, she navigated pressures few could imagine. Despite personal betrayals and relentless media attention, Elin managed to maintain her dignity, protect her family, and ultimately reclaim a private life of her choosing. Her story challenges the idea that public failure defines personal destiny. Instead, it illustrates the power of discretion, grace, and the courage to live life on one's own terms. Proof that survival after scandal can lead to unexpected and fulfilling new beginnings.